In 2023, we are averaging over 200,000 auto repossessions happening every single month. There's usually three main reasons behind this. One, loss of income or unexpected life situations. Number two, bad decision making. And number three, co-signing for people who can't get approved for a vehicle on their own. 90% of the clients that we see enroll into our credit repair service because of auto repossessions or from co-signing for people who couldn't get approved for themselves. So today, let's talk about the pros and cons of co-signing for someone else. All right, so I have the pros and cons laid out. Let's start with the pros. Number one, you can help someone by co-signing for them. If you have a son or a daughter who's getting ready to go to college, you want them to have a reliable vehicle, not some cash car on the side of the road for $1,500. Finance them something reliable so they don't break down, get them to school on time, whatever the case may be. Clearly, them being a teenager, just graduating high school, getting ready to go to college, they don't have established credit scores or any credit history at all. So you being a parent, it may be helpful for you to co-sign for them so they can get a reliable vehicle and they can make it to school on time and safe. So that's a good reason to co-sign for someone or a spouse. If you have a wife or a husband and y'all just want y'all's names on everything, then clearly that's another good reason to co-sign for someone. Which brings me to the second reason, which is building credit. So let's just pretend you're in a relationship or you're in a marriage and one of y'all don't have credit history at all. Let's just pretend y'all did and y'all haven't financed something in probably over 10 years, but clearly y'all both have a zero credit score, or one person may have a zero credit score. Well, if one person go to buy a vehicle, then the second person can just add themselves to it. So later on in life, when y'all get ready to finance something, both of you guys have established credit scores. So helping someone like a child or, co-signing for your wife or your husband, those are two good reasons I would co-sign. Now, outside of that, let's talk about the cons, which I have a lot of things to talk about. Number one, under cons, this is a high risk for your financial life. When you go to co-sign for someone, especially the people that call in the office here and they talk about they co-sign for a neighbor or a coworker that they worked with years ago, I hear all type of things, but anybody that's outside of your immediate family is a high risk. It's just a red flag waiting to happen, which leads me to number two here, destroying your credit. When someone misses a car payment, and it's going to happen, that goes on their credit report and also your credit report. A lot of people, when they go to sign their name and co-sign for someone, they don't think about the future or think about at all that this can go on their credit report, but it does. So when they miss a payment and payment number two gets missed, payment number three gets missed, and then that tow truck comes and repossess that vehicle, well, now you both have repossessions on y'all's credit reports. So keep that in mind. Number three, very important, and this is not looked into or considered when you're co-signing, is your debt to income ratio. So for y'all that's out and y'all are trying to buy a home soon, do not co-sign for anyone, because that new auto debt that you just put on your credit because you co-signed for someone is now going to affect your pre-qualification when you go to buy a home or you go to buy a second vehicle for yourself. Your debt to income ratio may be maxed out. Now, if you make a ton of money, then clearly this doesn't, relates to you. But if you're just making an average salary, you have a vehicle that's already financed, you're steady making payments on it, and then you go out and finance for or co-sign to help someone else get financed, well, that's now two auto loans under your credit and taken out of your income. Doesn't matter if the vehicle is not for you and it's for the person that you co-signed for, that still affects your debt to income ratio. So keep that in mind. Number four, civil lawsuit and getting your wages garnished. So a lot of people don't think about when they co-sign and this vehicle gets repossessed, legally the bank or creditor does have the right to serve you, and you go to court and your wages get garnished until that balance is paid back. Lastly, this causes nothing but drama. I cannot explain or express the amount of phone calls that I've received throughout the year, and people got divorced, people ruined friendships, people just ruined their relationship with their neighbor because someone co-signed. They didn't keep the person up to date that helped them co-sign, and the vehicle got repossessed. It screwed up this person's credit, screwed up that person's credit. It just causes nothing but drama. So to save this all, do not co-sign for anyone unless it's a son or daughter of yours, it's your wife's, it's your husband, whatever the case may be. Leave the neighbors alone, leave the old friends alone, leave the so-called best friends alone. Do not co-sign for a coworker. It's just red flags waiting to happen. So that is all for this episode. Be cautious of who you co-sign for. Make sure it's an immediate family member, and just be smart. See y'all on the next one. If this video helped you, be sure to like it, comment, share it, and subscribe to this channel for more helpful videos like this one. Thanks for watching.